have you ever done the work of harvesting? In my case, when I was younger, I grew up in the countryside, so I have much experience in harvest work. I couldn't go to school because I had to work in the harvest. At the time, everything was focused on the harvest, so all family members worked together from early morning to late at night. We did this very diligently until the harvest was finished. But Jesus said, now is the harvest time. Do you know it means to us and what it requires of us? Let's look at page 1 of Our Kingdom Ministry. The fields are white for harvesting. This is questions and answers program. So I give you a question for paragraph 1. What important work is on the way? Sister Gloria?
Well, we know right now there is a spiritual harvest that is going on right now.
Yes, thank you. Brother Gracie?
And it's important not just because there's so many of us here on earth who are involved in it, but also because Jesus is the one who's at the charge, who's watching over this spiritual harvest.
Yes, thank you. And Sister Gracie?
And as we will consider, this is a harvest that's ever intensifying.
Yes, thank you. So, Brother Henry?
The words of Jesus in the first century when he said that, lift up your eyes and view the fields that they're white for harvesting. They have their parallel today because Revelation shows that Jesus now is harvesting the earth. So we want to take this very seriously. We have a wonderful opportunity to participate and intensify our efforts.
Yes, thank you. Yes, as we know where now is the spiritual harvest is underway. Okay, so let's go to next paragraph 2, the global harvest question. What developments show that the worldwide harvest work is intensifying? Sister Najarian?
It mentions that during 2009 there was a 2.2% increase in publishers worldwide. That shows that still there is a need and the work needs to be done.
Okay, thank you. Brother Shan.
And also too, where the preaching work is banned or restricted, it saw a 14% increase.
Okay, thank you, Brother Peter. And Brother Steve?
And something also that's interesting is that the home Bible studies surpassed 7,619,000, which was greater than the peak publishers. So there's more people studying than there are witnesses right now. So it's a great increase coming ahead.
Okay, thank you. Brother Sporsky?
And just adding to that figure, there's over almost 500,000 more Bible studies reported this year than there was last year. So that's an incredible increase in Bible studies.
Okay. Sister Fodor?
And in many areas there is a great increase, so there is more request to receive Gilead-trained missionaries.
Okay, thank you. And Brother John?
And also the foreign language fees. producing an abundant yielding country after country.
Yes, thank you. Brother Skorsky?
So it's no doubt that we see this increase and this intensifying work. If we take a look at Isaiah 60 and 22, there the prophet says that the little one himself will become 1,000, the small one a mighty nation. I myself, Jehovah, shall speed it up in its own time. So we know from the past experiences that Jehovah intensifies his work when things come to a conclusion, and no doubt we're nearing the conclusion of our system of things. So he's intensifying and speeding up our work.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah. So, do you have a positive view of our territory? So let's next paragraph 3. Your local harvest question. What might some conclude regarding their local harvest? Sister Megan?
Well, perhaps they don't think their territory is as productive as other territories, so they feel that maybe it's not really an area that should be worked on so much, or it's not so much that they don't have to be as busy as maybe other parts of the world.
Okay, thank you. Brother Miguel?
So they feel it's more of a gleaning work than a harvesting.
Yeah, thank you. So, is that really the case? Okay, next paragraph, question. What proper attitude toward our ministry should we cultivate and why? Brother Dylan.
Well, no matter where we are, what territory we're in, we should recognize that, as was said at the outset, that the harvest time is a time to really intensify our work.
Yes, thank you. Sister Kartakso?
The paragraph makes a good point that it's Jehovah that's responsible for when and where this progress happens, and we see that in John 6:44 that no man can come to me unless the Father who sent me draws him. So we want to keep busy and allowing Jehovah to make this progress when it's time.
Okay. Sister Peter?
And we can also take note of the sense of urgency that Jesus used in referring to this harvest. He said the harvest is great, but the workers are few. Therefore, beg the master of the harvest to send out workers. So he even had the sense of urgency just in his description here.
Yes, thank you. And Sister Tume?
1 Corinthians 3, 6 to 8 is interesting, because it shows that Jehovah makes it grow. So Jehovah's spirit is behind us. It's not our work, but Jehovah's work.
Okay, thank you. Sister Skorsky?
Also in Ecclesiastes 11, verse 6, can help us to have the right attitude, because it says that we should stick to our assignment of sowing seed. So if we sow in the morning until the evening, we don't know where success will be. But if we focus on our assignment, eventually there'll be success.
Yeah. Thank you. So let's look together at John 6:44. John chapter 6, verse 44. Who writes it down? Sister Martin?